Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday, day 5 of online learning. We are going to continue our discussion on genetics, and we're going to be covering what dominant and recessive alleles means. So, back to Gregor Mendel, the Austrian monk. Uh, his pea plants, he did thousands and thousands of experiments with the pea plants. One of the traits that he studied with pea plants was tall versus short plants of pea plants. And so Mendel crossed tall pea plants with short pea plants. And when he crossed those and fertilized them, what do you think the results were? Do you think the results were tall, short, or do you think they were medium sized plants? He ended up with all tall plants. So he thought, that's weird. How come when I breed the tall plants with short plants, why is it only giving me tall plants? Why isn't it medium? Where'd the short come from? So again, he did further and did more studies. So what happened for him to get that? He found that those tall plants that he was breeding with the short ones were purebred plants. Gosh, I can't talk. And from yesterday, when we talked about homozygous and heterozygous, purebred means homozygous. So there's either two big letters or two small letters. And so the tall allele was dominant then. What he concluded, the tall allele was dominant over the short, because whenever he bred the tall with the short, he just got tall plants. A dominant allele is the one that is expressed when there are two different alleles. And when we write the letters, we will use a capital letter to represent the dominant allele. And you can see right here, it would be like a capital T, or whatever letter, a capital B, a capital A, a capital H, whatever you want it to be. So the dominant is capital letter. Then we also have these alleles that are recessive. A recessive allele is only expressed when there are two copies of it present. So meaning like if you had, like the recessive he found was short plants. So if he had two recessive, if he bred a short plant with a short plant, he's going to get more short plants. The recessive alleles are written with a lowercase letter. This right here should be a lowercase letter. Let's fix that. Sorry about that. Let's see what happens if it lets me do it super quick. Where'd that go? Lowercase. Come on. Okay, fixed it. Now, moving on to the next slide. Let's go. Sorry. So for our dominant alleles, we use uppercase letters, and for our recessive, we use lowercase letters. Okay, you have this little video right here, so go ahead and watch that for a different explanation, a little bit different on dominant and recessive alleles. The dominant and recessive alleles are written together. So right here, we have a dominant and a dominant allele. Right here, this would be, this big B is a dominant, little b is recessive, little b, both recessive. So right here, as this says, homozygous dominant, right here, this would be heterozygous. And then right here, this would be homozygous recessive. I don't know if that moved that for you or what. The genetic makeup of a gene. When I use the letter combinations, that means I'm asking for the genotype. So if I said, what's this organism's genotype? I'd say big B, or big B, little b, or little b, or whatever letters we're using. So it's the letter combination. There are two genotypes he found with pea plant flower color. He found that there were purple or white flowers. If it was a purple flower, there's two possible combination of genotypes they could have, big B, or big B, little b, that would still have the expressed purple flower color. The only time that he found that it would have the white color expressed was